You think your team has wild fans? Think again, because we're talking only about the 5 most intimidating fan bases in the NFL. From freezing shirtless tailgaters to notorious boo-birds, these fans are loud, loyal, and sometimes downright terrifying. Number 5. Las Vegas Raiders. Few fan bases yell intimidation as loudly as Raider Nation. Silver and black face paint, skull masks, spiked shoulder pads, and Darth Vader helmets transform game day into an all-out Halloween party. This fearsome appearance is a nod to the franchise's outlaw persona, constructed over a few decades of tough football and figures like Al Davis. Much of the Raiders' intimidating reputation is attributed to the fabled Black Hole, a part of the Oakland Coliseum renowned for pandemonium and relentless harassment of opposing teams. Sports Illustrated ranked it as one of the most intimidating venues in professional sports at one point. Even after they moved to Vegas, that fire still burns. Allegiant Stadium, also known as the Death Star, shines on the exterior but still howls with the same intensity on Sundays. The Las Vegas Review-Journal had characterized the mood as a rock concert mixed with a costume party mixed with football. In the 2017 season finale, fights broke out, garnering national news coverage. However, many come to the defense of Raider Nation as intensely passionate as opposed to solely violent. The relocation to Las Vegas didn't water down the Raiders' toughness. It provided them with a new arena. Raider Nation is still the NFL's most feared presence, demonstrating to the NFL that where the Raiders are, the mayhem and the devotion aren't far behind. Number 4. The Green Bay Packers. If any fan base stands out for its dedication, tradition, and a home field atmosphere that few teams are lucky enough to experience, it's the Green Bay Packers. Known throughout the globe as cheeseheads, Packers fans are not only intensely devoted but also special in professional sports as the lone community-owned franchise in the NFL. It's more than a catchphrase when fans say that the Packers are the people's team. The team boasts more than 537,000 stockholders, which gives them a sense of community pride found nowhere else. But what really makes Green Bay's fans so resilient isn't necessarily how devoted they are, it's how well they handle horrible weather. Lambeau Field, also affectionately known as the Frozen Tundra, is renowned for its sub-zero temperatures and howling winds that have visiting teams shivering. It is not unusual for fans to be swaddled in layers or even shirtless during blizzard conditions, waving green and gold flags with icicles dangling from their beards. Few instances bring this openness to life better than the 2007 NFC Championship game against the Giants, with the weather dropping to a record low of -23 degrees Fahrenheit wind chill, but the stadium still packed and erupting with passion. The game concluded in frustration for Packers supporters, yet their presence was proof of why Lambeau is one of the NFL's most intimidating destinations to visit. There is little violence or hostility, but no question of intensity. Visiting fans might not worry about physical altercations, but they undoubtedly fear being overwhelmed by a "Go Pack Go" chant from 80,000 fans. Loving the breakdown so far? Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. Number 3. The Buffalo Bills. Few NFL fan bases come close to the raw, unadulterated electric energy of the Buffalo Bills and their notorious Bills Mafia. The fans have become legends for turning run-of-the-mill tailgating into something that looks and feels like a rock concert combined with a stunt show on the edge of danger. The Bills Mafia has earned a reputation for ravaging folding tables, occasionally even setting them ablaze first as part of the pregame tradition. It's a sight that has won national notice and become a defining characteristic of Buffalo football life. Whether people are jumping off trucks onto plastic tables or lining up in the parking lot bare-chested in sub-zero blast, the devotion of Bills fans can't be surpassed. Aside from tailgate madness, Bills fans are also renowned for their ability to endure decades of despair and freezing winters. Even in extended playoff droughts, the seats were packed, the fans waving flags, chanting the shout song, and creating a deafening home field edge that rattles visitors to their core. And the cold does not deter them. Some of the NFL's all-time greatest snow games are contested in Buffalo, the fans bellowing through blizzards and the chant for touchdowns through knee-deep snow. The ultimate example was the December 2017 game played in the snow that blanketed the field over 16 inches deep, but never once deterred the fans from continuing their support. The cream of the crop was witnessed in 2022 in the game against the Miami Dolphins, where the field was bombarded with snowballs from fans with so much intensity that the authorities threatened to fine the Bills 15 yards if it was not stemmed. Number 2. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Some fan bases represent their city as strongly as the Pittsburgh Steelers and their iconic Steelers Nation, rooted in the blue-collar, work-hard ethic that has come to define their city's Steel Town heritage. Steelers fans bleed black and gold and pass along their allegiance from generation to generation. It is not unusual to see families with a decade or more of Steelers devotion, where grandparents, parents, and children alike don their jerseys on Sundays with pride. Such loyalty has created one of the most dreaded and largest fan bases in all of professional sports. Home field advantage, however, Acrisure Stadium is one of the noisiest and hostile venues to travel to for opposing teams. Seeing thousands of fans cheering with terrible towels produces a spinning sea of yellow that is as much a delight to look at as it is mentally intimidating for visitors. The terrible towel, originally brought to popularity by broadcaster Myron Cope in 1975, has transcended the status of a mere piece of cloth. It's a motivational device, a unifying symbol, and an hourglass ceremony that sends opposing teams shuddering as soon as they set foot on the field. Steeler fans travel also wonderfully well, so well that they effectively divert games onto the home ground, at least in the figurative sense. It is not uncommon to find Steeler fans outnumbering local fans at other team stadiums, especially when the Steelers play divisional foes. Their presence takes the Steelers' intimidation factor well beyond the Pittsburgh metropolitan area. The passion runs so deeply that fans are generally rather abusive of opposing teams, especially the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns. The boos rain down in anger whenever officials make heatedly contested calls or offending visitors disparage the fans. Yet despite all the hostility, Steeler fans are still considered to possess a certain respect and camaraderie for the game, and thus one of the NFL's most rabid yet rightfully fearsome sets of fans. Number 1. The Philadelphia Eagles. Let's talk about the most intimidating NFL fan base ever, the Philadelphia Eagles. This fan base possesses the reputation of being quite intense and quite intimidating, like the Philadelphia Eagles faithful. Their reputation for unapologetically tearing down and their unwavering commitment to the team have come before them, with Eagle fans adoring the team with every ounce of their being, but equally willing to unleash a burst of boos if the on-field performance does not meet expectations. The pure emotion that has created a fan base that's both intimidating and admired across the NFL. For Philly, football is something greater than sport. It's practically embedded in the city's DNA, kindling a passion that can make Lincoln Financial Field one of the loudest and most intimidating venues in the league. The fans of the Eagles have made their mark in NFL history books with scandalous events that cement their status as volatile. But maybe the most notorious time was in 1968 at Franklin Field, when the Santa Claus-like fan was booed and snowballed there in the midst of a ghastly season. Years after that, the city's old historic home, Veterans Stadium, even had an in-the-stadium courtroom and jail to handle rowdy fans on game days, a testament to how out-of-hand things become. But for all their fame, there's a loyalty that won't let Eagle fans jump ship through the ups and downs. Modern-day Philadelphia retains some of its edgy feel. When the Eagles won Super Bowl 59 in 2018, the fans poured onto the streets in euphoria, climbing grease poles, flipping over cars, and making national news with their chaos. Players themselves generally welcome Eagles fans being brutal but passionately devoted, with heroes like Jason Kelce embracing the city's stoic nature in post-game pep talks. Guests, however, steel themselves for the constant commotion and chaos that are capable of making even ordinary games into mind games. At the end of the day, no fan base is more intense or unpredictable than Philadelphia. Eagles fans thrive on chaos, pride, and the belief that no one player, coach, or rival is off limits when it comes to criticism. Did we miss anyone? Are your team's fans wilder than these? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more gridiron madness. See you on the next one.